Hello there. Today I have a tip uh, on OneNote as to how you can get more organized while making notes, basically. So I use OneNote in my work, and I have to make notes of all the tasks that I'm doing. And in between, like I have to do multiple tasks, and I have to track them. And 1 week after I've done a particular task, somebody would come back and ask me about it, and then I would have no clue what I've done. So I have started making use of OneNote from quite a lot of time now, and one way that I've figured out, which helps me a lot in order to keep track of uh, the work items that I'm working on and what decisions I made while I was working, and whether there were any roadblocks or any updates. So those kind of things I've started to make note of those in OneNote itself. But again, if you just begin with OneNote, there is no structure to the page initially. I am pretty sure that if you also start working on OneNote for like 2, 3 months, you'll figure out one of your own as well. So there's one way that I figured out for myself that I will be talking about in this video, uh, which is very, very easy basically. So let's just start with it. I've picked up one example to show you how I divide the structure so that your notes are not all over the place and there is a flow uh, that is maintained within your notes. And even when you come back to them, you'll be able to figure out what you had actually done in the past. Okay, so I'm in my notebook, which is called as Unicorn, and this is the section. Let's say if I was making a note which was related to making a dish, right? This page is basically about making a dish. So what I do is I first utilize the first part of the page, the first section of the page, I would say, in just writing down the main tasks that I have to perform. So I will take an example of, as I said, making a dish. So let's say these are my main task list, which is to go first, I will go ahead and write down the ingredients that I want to make use of. Second step, I'll go to the supermarket, buy them. And third step, I'll come back and just make the dish, right? So just simple enough just to uh, get to the idea basically. So I make a main task list on my left hand side. After that, what I do is I just insert a shape. So within your shapes, like under your drawer, within your shapes, you have this line, right? So all I do is I just drag and drop this line. Basically, I just add the line like this. Sorry, it's not dragging and dropping. You have to select it and then you just uh, put the line in between. So this acts as like a break uh, in a page, which you would use when you're working on Word document. So it just divides it into sections, and you can just get really creative with all of these sections and then create something of your own. What This is what I make use of. So once you have your main task list and you have one of your lines in place, then I copy it and just paste it again towards my right. And then I paste another one uh, here, right? So what this has done is this has created one section for me to work over here, the other section for me to work over here. And then I'm just going to go ahead and create another line over here as well. So this has created 3 sections for me to work like this. So this is very far. I'm just going to place it close. So this looks nice. Now, let's say I was to work on the first task that I have. What I would do is I will write down all the things that I want to add in here like this. And this is the part when I'm going to be working on the first step of my entire task, which is to write down the ingredients. Just a short list that I've created. Then in the next column, what you can do is you can work on the second task that you have, like so. Yeah, the numbering does get a little messy at times. So this is something that I manually sometimes change. Otherwise, I just let it go because I know that first task basically translates to all the work that I've done into the first column that I've created here. Then similarly, you can make use of the third column for the third task, like so. So here I've talked about writing down the ingredients, which is to get dough, spinach, tomato, coriander, and bread. Second, I go to the supermarket and buy the items. I pay the money and check whether I've got all the items right or not. And then the third step again is to come back home, make the dish, and then of making use of all these steps, and then I can finally go ahead and serve. So I have made note of everything, and it for me it kind of looks clean, and it has a flow to it. And even if I were to come back to it after a month, I would know what I've done for which particular task. And I also add all the check boxes, right? Which you can come to home and then you can do the to do tags. So once I'm done with them, I just stick them down so I know what I've done and what I've not. And this is an example of one of the page. I know you would say that this is a little bit of manual task, but to reduce that bit, what I've done is instead of creating this again and again, I just create a template like so. Once I have a template ready, I'll just what I do is I clean it up and just create a simple template and do not have anything other than the titles that I've created here. I just do a copy. Oops. I just do a copy and right click and then paste. So I have another sheet ready, which looks exactly like the one above. So the way I use it in my work is I clean up all of this. I already have a template ready, so I would actually go ahead and delete everything, but I just have the rulers in place so that I can make use of them. But in this example, I haven't cleaned up. And again, I'm ready to go and use the second sheet as making a new dish like that. So this is something that has really helped me. One point is that when you're trying to add images in between, the structure might break a little bit. So just be conscious about when you're adding images to resize them and then add them. For now, this is the best way that I've figured out to use OneNote. If you have any other way, please let me know. Yeah, thank you.